Hey, we should totally go to Japan next year.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, yes. We can get an Airbnb and everything. It'll be so cute.
Yes, let's do it. I'll get the budget together and the itinerary. This will be so fun. Guys, I'm at the airport. Guys.
Most of y'all have friends, I think. And if you do, you probably all went through a singular canon event, the group chat trip, or rather lack thereof, because to be quite honest, this stuff has like a negative success rate. Like, you have a higher chance of finding true love at an HBCU, a DMV HBCU. But no, seriously, it doesn't work, and for the same reason every single time.
First up, we have the guy who doesn't read the group chat. This man will open the group chat 2 times throughout the entire planning phase. Once when the idea is brought up, and again 2 days before the trip. Like, at that point, just stay home, because you're either going to complain about everything while we're there, when you could have gave input ages ago, or you're going to end up like this guy.
Hey, can someone spot me? Yep, that's right, the broke nigga. The worst part about these people are they 9 times out of 10 have a job and make some form of money, but they can't save money to save their lives. Like, how were you told to save a minimum of $500 for the trip and pull up with $6 after the plane ticket? What did you plan to do in Miami? Suntan with nothing but that thumb-sized bottle of lotion you bought in the airport for $5.78 because you can't stop spending money. Like, if you have real friends like I do, then they're probably gonna spot you. But just know, you will never be invited again.
Sometimes you would think the plans were made a day before they were supposed to go down the way people don't do what they're supposed to do. Like, remember when you were a kid and you waited till the last day before to tell your mom about a field trip you needed money for or a science fair project you needed supplies for?
Yeah, of course. It's just a simple mistake you make as a kid.
Even full-grown adults who still have to ask permission before boarding a plane and leaving the state seem to let it slip their mind. Like, why are you texting the group chat the day before the trip telling us you didn't ask your parents yet? You already sent your share of the Airbnb, and you damn sure ain't getting that shit back.
Despite all these obstacles, me and my friends managed to do it. That's right, we did the impossible. We
fell in love with a DMV HBCU.
My fault.
And good God, was it an experience.
The trip was meant to celebrate everyone graduating high school, so we did something fairly simple and went to South Carolina for Myrtle Beach. I said simple, but getting together definitely wasn't.
Our first obstacle was finding a flight, which wasn't too hard. We left that part up to our friend that we're gonna call Momoa. We ended up going with the Spirit flight because, well, it was cheap.
Then we had to find an Airbnb, which we left to our friend Cher. Not that she gave us any choice. She hated all our suggestions and made it well known. But she found a good one, and we divided the payments, for the most part.
Then all we had to do was let our parents know, get whatever clothes or other items we would need for the trip, and wait for the day. And let me just say, it went anything but smoothly. Initially, there were 10 of us going. One person told us at the very beginning that they didn't plan on going. About a month before the trip, when I rechecked our numbers and asked who was still going, 2 more people dropped out. One because they couldn't afford it, and another because their parents said no. Now we're down to 6.
Wait, shouldn't that be 7?
Yeah. Remember issue 1? The guy who never reads the group chat? Yeah, we had one. And we just had to assume that nigga was not going. Which he did later confirm.
Then came the week before the trip, one of our friends who we'll call Jarrell was celebrating his birthday. He was the friend whose parents said he couldn't go, so this was going to be a cool little hangout before we went to South Carolina. But we were given quite an interesting piece of information at this event.
At some point, Jarrell's mom asked us,
So, what do you guys have planned for the summer?
Aside from the trip, not much.
Oh, you guys are going on a trip?
this nigga never even told his parents. He just told us he couldn't go. Honestly, I don't think we ever figured out why he did that, but whatever. This trip was happening regardless, but I still to this day wonder what that was about.
Eventually, the trip rolled around. The guys all spent the night at our friends who we'll call
My house. It was my
All
house.
440.
You can say my name.
Who's up? Deco. Dre. We spent the night at his house and the girls met up with us in the morning at the airport.
Cher was there first, about 5 minutes before all the guys who pulled up at the same time, and eventually Momoa showed up. We got our bags checked, everyone showed the airport staff their IDs, I showed them my birth certificate, social security card, and high school diploma because I lost my ID, and boarded our flight.
Actually, while waiting for the flight and roaming around the airport, we lost Moa several times. She's like 5'0" and kept wandering off and not paying attention to her surroundings. So eventually, Doc tied a string to his wrist and her book bag so she wouldn't get lost. Ka-chow!
I know we already said Cher chose a good B&B, but I don't think we gave her enough props.
Nah.
This shit was nice. Like, I wish we had more pictures of it, because it really was amazing. Each and every room. All 4 of them. Yeah. 4 rooms for the 6 of us. Like, don't get me wrong, there were enough beds and enough space for all of us, but somebody was going to get their own room, because 2 of the rooms were single beds. Cher argued us down, saying she deserved a single bed in the master bedroom because she chose the B&B, which automatically gifted the last single room to Momoa as the only other girl. Because this is not that kind of trip. The last 2 rooms were shared between me and Manji and our friends who we'll call Marvin and Cole, respectively.
Marvin? We put our stuff in our rooms, unpacked a little, and went to the living room to play Wii Sports. Switch Sports in specific. You know those safety straps they tell you to put on to prevent the remote from flying out your hand? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to do it, but if you don't own the place, do it. We were playing volleyball, and if you've played Switch Sports volleyball, you know you swing your hand to do just about everything. Marvin, being the stubborn nigga he is, refused to wear it, and insisted he was fine. He swung his hand up to serve the ball, and back down to hit the ball. But the remote didn't. It flew clean out his hand and hit the giant TV, this wall that it was sitting on.
After a few games, it was time to eat. We headed in the kitchen, opened the fridge, and were met with silence. There was nothing in there. We sat down in the dining room, and then checked again, hoping some food spawned, or maybe we missed something. Nope. But we already planned for this. We had already made a grocery list before ever coming here, so we filed out of the Airbnb, opened the Lyft app, closed the Lyft app because the hoes were expensive and the grocery store was only a 25-minute walk away, and hit the road.
It was weird seeing so few people that look like us and having so many people look at us. Never genuinely felt like I had to be concerned about a lynching, but it was still off-putting. The grocery store was right next to a Wendy's, so despite the reason for the grocery trip being so we could cook at home, Marvin decided he wanted a 4 for 4. So that was one less person helping gather groceries. We split the list up, divided and conquered, and met up to pay. And boy oh boy.
This is a lot of bags.
So we paid for our first necessary lift, shoved all the groceries in, and realized there wasn't enough space for all of us. The girls absolutely didn't want to walk back, but they also weren't going to take all the groceries in the house by themselves, so one of us had to go with them. That ended up being me. Manji, Marvin, and Cole walked back.
Very unenthusiastically.
Momoa and Cher made dinner that night, and let me just say, it was chef's kiss.
Yeah, you enjoyed that, aight.
You got it. Oh, I think you got a little something there.
And there.
And then you'll be good.
You got some
cream in your beard, bro.
God damn.
Get into it.
After all that shit happened, I found out.
Just a little. As the night closed, we all went to bed. In the room me and Manji shared, there was a bunk bed and a full bed. I took the full, and Manji took the top of the top bunk. I called my girlfriend, put my headphones in, turned on Netflix, and eventually went to sleep. And I woke up at about 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom. It wasn't until after I pissed and came back to the room that I realized something. Manji was missing. I wandered all around the house looking for this man. I cracked open Marvin and Cole's room just to check. No Manji. Checked the kitchen, living room, backyard, bathrooms. Nothing. I didn't check the girls' rooms because the doors were locked and I don't know how comfortable they like to be when they sleep, and I didn't want to find out. I gave everywhere else one last look before checking his location, which showed nothing. His phone was dead, I guess. Well, his shoes were still here, as well as the rest of his stuff. There was no sign of a break-in, and he's too poor to be used as ransom anyways, so I'm sure he's here somewhere. So I went back to bed. Don't judge me. It was 2 a.m. and I was still half asleep. It wasn't until the morning that I found him. In Momoa's room. With scratches on his face?
Yo. It's been a minute. It's been a long minute. Hey, yo, it's Manji. Jumanji, you know, turtle guy. Whatever you want to call me. I've been missing, and I owe y'all a lot. And I want to start by saying I'm sorry. Before we enter this new year, you know, I've been promising y'all a lot. And I delivered on a lot of it, but I know I've been really slacking here. Actually, I can't. It's way too early in my career to be apologizing. I'm not sorry for nothing. Now you might be wondering, who is this fine, handsome chocolate man you see on your screen? Where's our blue-haired dread boy? I'm unsubscribing. Don't do that. And if you do, fuck you. But anyways, I just want to say it's been a lot going on. Y'all will learn more about that throughout these videos and stuff like that. It's been a very, very stressful year. Hopefully 2025 will be better. Yeah, better. We'll go with better. And I'll definitely be more consistent. I got a lot coming for y'all. What you call Duck. And we've been working. Even though I've been quiet, we've been working. Just dropped an album. I want to thank All Common Music, all of you guys as well. Just anyone else who's been supporting me and Doc across this journey as content creators. Stay tuned for more. I love you all. Happy New Year. See what we got cooking. Bye, loser.
Will I lose? Burning through songs, I'm tryna blow like nitro glycerin. I could put you on, but they never